Hey you, it's been a while. I had no idea that my brother's fiance was you. My servant from middle school. I was really surprised.
Hey, Carrie, it's been a while. I was surprised too. I had no idea that the person who bullied me and made me not be able to go to school was my fiance's sister.
Hey, don't blame me for your own weakness. You were a loner and didn't fit in the club at all. As a club leader, I was trying to interact with you in a positive way.
Are you serious about that? We were on the volleyball team. All the seniors used me as a target and hit me with the balls. And you guys always left first, leaving me to clean up. And you guys even tried to lock me up in the gym. And I know you were spreading bad rumors about me that were not true.
It's your own fault that you have a bad personality.
By what logic are you saying that? Because of you, I didn't even make it to the graduation ceremony.
I was glad you weren't in the group photo for a club. If you were in the picture, you would have ruined it.
You're still the same, even in your mid-30s.
Well, I'm glad it was you who became my brother's wife.
Huh?
My brother's wife, that would make us sisters-in-law, right? I will use you as my servant for the rest of my life.
Is that what you think?
Call me your leader like you used to on the team.
I don't want to.
A what?
Besides, I have no intention of becoming your servant.
Oh, wow. Have you become a big shot in the little time we've been apart? You can't disobey me. A weak-minded person like you needs to be told what to do.
What makes you a stronger person than me?
I just am.
I don't understand what you mean.
If you insist on defying me, I won't allow you to marry my brother.
You have no right to interfere with our marriage.
Hey, remember who isolated you from the rest of the school by spreading rumors about you? Who do you think it was? If I told my parents and brother, it would be easy for them to break off your engagement. I could just tell them you're playing around with other guys. Oh, or maybe I should tell them that you were a truant in middle school and hung out with the wrong people. How about that?
Please don't. Don't ruin our engagement by making up lies.
You're so desperate. You know my dad runs a company, right?
So what?
Actually, I work there. I work short hours because I want to live freely. But of course, among the employees, I'm the president's daughter, so I'm looked up to. If I were to tell these employees that my brother, who will take over this company in the future, is about to marry a useless woman like you, how do you think they will react? So much fun. I'll talk about it at work tomorrow.
Please, don't do that.
Then be my servant. Here, why don't you call me leader?
I won't do that.
Oh, really?
Please give me time until tomorrow.
All right. In the meantime, be prepared to pledge your allegiance to me. I love how hopeless you are.
I'll text you tomorrow.
Hey, my servant! Have you made up your mind? For starters, I need you to go to my office and do some work for me. Of course, I'm willing to pay you. I'll give you about $100 a month.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
You don't get to call me by my name.
Why not?
Are you really going to act like that towards me? Who do you think I am? I'm serious. If you disobey my orders, I will not allow you to marry my brother. I will tell my parents that I don't want him to marry you, and I will break up your engagement.
Then financing for your company is not going to happen.
Huh? What do you mean?
If this engagement doesn't happen, the financial help to your father's company will be terminated.
What? I don't understand. What does the financial help for my dad's company have to do with your engagement? What's the connection?
You haven't heard from your parents. I also run a company, like your father.
Huh?
Yes, and my company has about 500 employees.
$500 is a whole lot more than my dad's company.
Thankfully, the services my company provides match the public demand. Even with 500 employees, we are so understaffed.
What? How can a miserable person like you be the president of a company?
I was really depressed during school, thanks to you. To try to redeem myself, I studied hard. I haven't told this story to any of my classmates either. In case you're wondering, I graduated from South University.
South University? Isn't it that really good school with a low acceptance rate?
Yes. And since college, I've been working with people like myself who have been shut-ins, and for those who want to reintegrate into society but are too afraid to take the first step. I wanted to help them and do something for them. So I started this company. I am now working hard in the education and job placement industry.
Then that financing help means...
That means financial help from my company to your father's company.
Wait a minute. So, in exchange for letting you marry my brother, you're going to finance my dad's company?
Don't get me wrong. I am marrying your brother purely for love. However, him being a future president of the company, he asked me for advice, since his father's company was not doing so well and was having financial difficulties. He told me a lot about what company offered and other offerings. So I advised him. Your father has approached me and asked me if I would be willing to be a consultant for his company. To take on new challenges, money is inevitably needed. Then, instead of borrowing from a bank, I thought it would be less risky to lend him money from my company, since I'm becoming his in-law anyway. If I were to participate in the management of his company, I would be partly responsible for the results if they did not come through. That is why I was planning to start financing his company when we got married. But if you, who will now be my sister-in-law, is so opposed to our marriage, I have no choice. I love your brother, but I will give up on this marriage. I am sorry for the trouble.
Wait a minute. Is my dad's company not doing well?
It's probably just a matter of time before they go bankrupt.
Are you serious? What am I supposed to do if that happens? I have only worked for my dad's company.
Your parents have told me things about you. I think it would be a good idea for you to become more independent.
What do you mean? I'm working and making money.
You've been working only short hours ever since you graduated from college. You can take a day off whenever you want. You never have to do a job you don't want to do. Despite living in your parents' house, you never gave your parents a penny of your salary. How can someone who spends money as she pleases say such a thing?
Did my dad tell you that?
Why don't you at least pay rent or something?
I don't want to.
I've heard a lot about you from the employees, too. You work only short hours, but you make people listen to you, don't you? As you can imagine, that made me laugh.
Shut up. I'm the president's daughter, so I'm allowed to do that. Everyone needs to respect me.
They are only putting up with you because they know who you are. There is nothing more annoying than an employee who doesn't do anything at work.
It's none of your business.
You're right. Our engagement's been canceled, and I will no longer be financing your father's company. Your company situation is none of my business.
Wait a minute.
What do you need?
Shouldn't marrying my brother and financing my dad's company be two separate things in the first place?
What?
I'm saying don't confuse your personal life with your work life.
How can you tell me that? You're taking advantage of your position as the daughter of the president.
We're talking about you right now. You decided to finance his company because you thought it had the potential for growth. Then, even if your engagement with my brother breaks up, keep the promises you made.
Somehow you seem to think you're saying something very right. I think you should understand the situation of the company you're working for one more time. As I said before, I think there is a chance to rebuild the business. But my future father-in-law... Oh, wait. No more engagement. So your father. Well, the bottom line is that the president thought it was impossible for them to do it on their own, which is why they asked me to do the consulting if I were to make a full commitment. And if I were to finance his company, then they would finally reach a level where maybe he can rebuild his business. Sorry to say, but no one would normally think of financing such a company. It's too risky. Even if we could rebuild the business, we cannot expect a large return. Still, I decided to finance it because it is the company that my future husband will be running. For those reasons, now that the engagement has been canceled, I have no reason to finance his company. Do you understand?
Ugh. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'll let you get married to my brother then.
Huh? What are you saying? I have no intention of marrying him anymore.
Why not?
Because he has an annoying sister like you? There's no way I would want to marry him.
Why not? Without financial help from you, my dad's company will go under, right?
Probably.
I can't let that happen.
But either way, sooner or later, you're going to lose your job.
What do you mean?
Yesterday, after receiving a text from you, I told your parents the whole story. Then, your father said, "I'm so sorry about our daughter. We shouldn't have spoiled her because she is a girl. She doesn't work enough, and I've been receiving numerous complaints from employees. I will fire her in the near future and kick her out of this house. So, don't worry about our daughter." That's what he said.
Are you kidding me?
All true.
How dare you? I can't live alone. Who's gonna cook for me? Do my laundry? Who's gonna clean my room? What about money?
You're 35 years old. What nonsense are you talking about? Of course, you earn your own money, pay your own rent, and do your own housework.
I don't want to. I want to live freely in my parents' house. Look, I'm not complaining about you guys getting married anymore. You don't have to be my servant. So please, tell my parents not to kick me out.
I will not finance him if you keep living in your parents' house. But then your father's company would go out of business, so the end result is the same.
How can that be?
Oh, and since this is a good opportunity, I would like to ask you to take responsibility for what you did to me when we were in middle school.
What responsibility?
Because of you, I have trauma. It was emotionally difficult, not only for myself, but also for my parents. The damages for emotional distress, the cost of the psychiatrist visits. I will charge you $30,000.
That was a long time ago.
Your parents said that they would not only kick you out of their house, but also disown you.
All right, I'll pay. I pay you when you're happy, right? But I can't pay you right now. I can pay in installments, right?
No, of course. You must pay it in full.
What are you, evil?
What are you talking about? I'm giving you such kindness, even though you bullied me so much in middle school. This is what you deserve. Later, Kiri was fired from her father's company and kicked out of her parents' house. With her out of the way, I was able to get married. A few months later, we had our wedding. She tried to attend, but we politely explained to her and asked her to leave. Since then, she has found a new job and started living alone in an apartment. But this is her first time working properly, and she is struggling every day to get used to that environment. To pay consolation money to me, she went into debt. So her life is difficult every month, and she can't even go out. She often tries to cry to her parents, but her parents have not responded to any of this. Or rather, her parents are too busy reforming their company. Thanks to them, their company's business is recovering, and I will not continue to have a relationship with her in the future.
Hey Fiona, your New Year's gift arrived.
Oh, Sue, hello. It arrived today, didn't it? I hope you all enjoy the chocolates. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah. Of course, I appreciate it, and I'll gladly eat them, but why did you only send one box?
What?
You only sent one, right? You know, me, my mom, and my husband all live here, right? Isn't it rude to not send at least 2 or 3 boxes?
I'm sorry. I thought it would be enough for all of you.
You really lack common sense, don't you? I don't mind if it's late, so I'm waiting for a couple more, okay? Oh, and send some beer as well. We just bought some nice meat, and I want a drink while eating it.
I understand. I'll send it all soon.
You owe us that much since we're looking after Mom. Although I think you're kind of taking that for granted. You could show some more gratitude, you know? You don't want me to send her to live with you and your husband, do you? So you should be a little more thankful to us, don't you think?
Yes, I'm sorry I didn't send enough for you all.
If you understand, it's fine. Just show a little more gratitude to us. We moved all the way to this small town to look after her, after all. We really wanted to keep living in our apartment, you know?
Oh, really? I heard moving in with her was your idea.
That's just my mom's pride. She knew you guys would never move in to help her out, even if she asked. Don't you think that's why she never told you what she really felt? Didn't I tell you she often called me to say she's lonely?
Oh yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, Mom's getting older too. She must have been worried about living alone. Her legs are getting weaker too.
If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. If there's any way we can help her, we would be more than happy to.
Oh, well, in that case, we were actually thinking about getting her a new bed. Could you help out with that a little?
Yeah, of course.
I want to buy a really nice electric bed. It costs about $1,000. So we should split it and pay $500 each?
Okay, got it. I'll talk to my husband.
Thank you. $1,000 was a little expensive, so I wasn't sure if we could afford it.
No, don't worry. Let us do that much, at least.
Well then, I'll send you my bank info soon. Can you send the money before the next week?
Okay, got it.
And if anything else comes up, I'll contact you. So I'll be counting on you then too.
Fiona, hello. I'm so sorry to bother you at work.
Oh, it's been a while. Is something wrong?
There's actually something I want your advice on. I'd really appreciate it if you could spare some time soon.
I have some time now.
Really? Aren't you at work?
Yeah, but it's fine. Don't worry. I'm working from home today, so I can take a break whenever I want. Oh, would you rather talk on the phone?
Do you mind if we keep talking through text? Someone might hear us if we talk on the phone.
Huh? Someone might hear you? Where are you now?
I'm at home. What I wanted to talk to you about was my daughter.
Oh, I see. That's why you can't talk on the phone.
Yes. I feel really bad to bother you about this, but I really can't take this anymore.
What can't you take?
Living with my daughter and her husband. I've been pretending it's all fine until now, but I'm at my limit. The truth is, I'm thinking about leaving this house.
What on earth happened?
It's only been half a year since I started living with them, but they took over my bank account as soon as they moved in. The account my pension goes into, I mean.
Huh?
I had some savings in there too. It seems like they've taken it all.
Is that true? The truth is, a few months ago, Sue talked to me about living with you. She said you wanted them to live with you.
I never said that. I was happy living alone, and I was thinking of moving into an elderly home soon. But then my daughter said she really wants to move in and help me out. I tried to tell her it's fine, but she kept saying she's worried about me living alone. She twisted my arm into letting her and her husband stay here.
Oh, I see. That's how it is.
And her husband Ben has quit 2 jobs in the last 6 months. I heard she's never held down a job for very long, but I think they were having money troubles, so they moved in with me.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea this was going on.
Well, I never told you or your husband about any of this. Of course you would know. And it's not like we live near each other. And besides, it's a little embarrassing for me to have a problem like this. I thought I should do something about this myself.
And actually, We've sent money to her quite a few times already, too. She always had some reason why she needed the money for your sake.
Huh?
Like to buy an electric bed for you, or to take you on holiday.
I never got any electric bed, and she's never taking me anywhere either. They've been telling me to spend as little as possible, too. So I've barely spent any money at all these days.
Really? But they told me they took you to a spa hotel.
Well, the two of them went somewhere recently.
So I guess everything she said was a lie.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble my daughter's caused you. I never would have thought she was going as far as taking money from you two.
By the way, didn't you just say you want to leave that house? If you want to, how about staying at our house for a while?
Huh? Is that really okay? I was actually planning on moving. I'd be grateful if you could just act as a guarantor for me to move into an elderly home.
But isn't the procedure to enter an elderly care home going to take some time? And you haven't even found a care home yet, right?
Yeah, that's true, but
I don't want you to have to stay there until all of that's done. After hearing all of this, I can't let it go on any longer.
thank you. I really can't thank you enough.
No, please. Let me do this much for you at least. I'll fill my husband in as soon as he gets home.
About that, if you tell my son, he's definitely going to want to call his sister. But I would really like to leave this house first, so could you please tell him not to do anything? I thought about contacting him, but I know he can be a little hot-headed, which is why I decided to contact you first.
That's true. Knowing him, he'll want to give her a piece of his mind as soon as he hears about what's going on. I understand. Leave him to me. I'll make arrangements for you to leave that house as soon as possible.
Fiona, you've really done it now. Did you help Mom leave this house?
I know how you've been stealing your mom's money. Of course I'm going to help her escape.
Well, not like I care. It's not like she has any more money anyway. It was pretty tough for the three of us to live off her pension too. It might be a pain to do the housework ourselves now, but whatever.
Don't you feel the least bit guilty? You stole your own mother's savings and pension?
We did her a favor by living with her. Of course we're gonna take over and handle her money for her too.
Isn't she the one who did you two a favor by letting you live with her? If anything, you should have been paying her rent. But you used her money for bills, groceries, and everything else, didn't you?
Hey, you should thank us for keeping a company to an old crone like her.
How could you say such a thing? She's your own mother, isn't she? I really can't believe it. Also, all the money we sent, you used it for yourselves, didn't you? I heard you never bought a bed or anything.
It's fine, isn't it? Even if you ask for it back now, you're not getting a penny from us.
I never asked for it back. In exchange for that, I'd like to ask you to stay away from our family from now on.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Did you think I was gonna go try and get Mom back?
I don't know about that, but anyway, whatever trouble the two of you get yourselves into, we're not gonna save you.
Oh, I think we'll be fine. Anyway, don't worry about giving that old crone back. When we run out of money, we're planning on selling this house anyway. On the other hand, we're pretty grateful you've taken her off our hands.
Is that so? In that case, I have nothing left to say to you.
I guess we're done here then. Well, I guess we'll just go on as we were. Tell my mom and brother not to come back to this house. Don't think of us as family anymore. Fiona! What's the meaning of this?
Sue, what's up? Didn't you say not to contact you anymore?
I never said anything like that. Why are construction workers coming to the house? They said they're knocking it down.
Oh, that's what this is about. So it's going as scheduled. What's the problem?
What? The house is being demolished? While we're living here?
Yes. So please, leave as soon as you can, because right now you're trespassing.
What?
That house belongs to your mother. It's completely up to her what to do with her property. Right now, you're basically just squatting there.
But I'm the landlord of this house. My mom's name isn't on the residence certificate anymore, right?
the residence certificate has nothing to do with the ownership of the house, you know?
How would I know that?
Yeah, I thought so. I heard that even after you took over her bank account, you didn't do anything with the property deed. So I thought that might have been the case. We should really be thanking you guys for being so oblivious.
Huh? So what's gonna happen to us now?
Good question. I think it's just your mom's old room being destroyed today, so you should be able to sleep in your room tonight. You'd probably be better off leaving as soon as possible, though, since the room the two of you are using is getting destroyed soon, too.
That's not what I was asking. I'm asking where we're supposed to live now.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? Find somewhere yourselves.
Huh? You're the ones who kicked us out of here. So do something.
Well, even if you say that, I'm pretty sure you said we're not family anymore. Aren't you guys the ones in the wrong? Just staying in a house which doesn't belong to you? As long as you leave our house, we don't really care what you do after that.
You're the worst. How could you be so cruel?
From a long time ago, you guys have been the cruel ones. Stealing your own mother's money and going as far as trying to steal her house too? I don't know how you could do such a thing.
Mom's the one in the wrong.
Huh?
After my husband quit his job, we were struggling for money. But she never sent us any money.
Didn't she actually used to send you money? But you never paid anything back. So she eventually stopped, right? That's what I heard.
Well, that's not our fault. My husband's had bad luck with jobs. All his companies have been awful in underpaying him. And every time he'd leave his job, of course we'd be struggling.
So shouldn't you have started working too? Why should you just keep getting money without lifting a finger yourself? It's not like your mom is an endless pit of money or something.
I have every intention of earning money from now on. I was planning on investing the money from selling the house. But now, you've gone and demolished it.
Invest. Do you even know anything about investing?
I was gonna study.
Oh, I see. Well, for now, go get a job. And start earning enough money for the two of you to support yourselves, at the very least. And then after you've saved enough money, you can try your hand at investing.
We were gonna earn enough to support ourselves by investing the money from the house. So give it back. Even if I cut ties with you, can't you at least give me this old house?
What kind of logic is that? There's really no point even trying to talk to you. Is there? I'm very sorry, but I can't help you. If you don't want to end up on the streets, hurry up and find somewhere to rent. Since the house will be rubble by the end of the week. Do you understand?
Ugh! I can't get in touch with Mom or brother either. I want to apologize, so can you just talk to them for me?
I don't think that will be possible.
Who made you their representative anyway? Let me talk to my own family.
Didn't you say not to think of you as family anymore? And besides, you should be grateful I'm even acting as a representative at all. Oh, and by the way, your mom has a new bank account, and her pension is going there now. So no more money's going into the account you stole from her.
Huh? Wait a minute. So what are we supposed to live on now? We've already used all the savings. Don't do this.
That pension was never for you in the first place. What made you think you could just live off of it? You should just be grateful nobody's going after what you've stolen up until now.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault, I know. I want to apologize to Mom. Help me. Fiona, please.
I already told you. That won't be possible. Oh, but your mom and brother did ask me to pass along a message for you. They said they never want to see you again. Since you said they aren't family anymore. That's all. It's what you wanted, right? I gave them a week to leave the house. It was all my husband's idea. He said they would never change or regret their actions unless they were forced to. So he had a friend of his pose as a demolition company and pretend to knock down the house. To be honest, I really couldn't forgive them for using all of my mother-in-law's savings and pension money. But she laughed when I said that and called it a small price to pay. She actually kept all her inheritance money from her own father-in-law in a separate bank account, and they never got their hands on that one. They took the bank card, but they obviously couldn't get to the money with just that. since they don't know the PIN number or anything. I wonder how many times they tried to guess it. But still, we were all pretty relieved to find they left that card behind when they ran away from the house. We got a lot of calls from them after that, but of course, we just ignore them every time. But it's been a while since then, and the phone calls eventually stopped. I tried getting in touch with Sue, but there was no response. I just got a message saying the phone is not in service any longer. I bet she couldn't pay the phone bill either. But whatever happened to her or her husband has nothing to do with us anymore. Even if she was drowning in front of us, I don't think I'd help her. After my mother-in-law moved in with us, we started looking for an elderly care home for her. And on top of that, we've been really busy with selling her old house. Living together sounded a little daunting at first, but it was only for a fixed time period from the start. And my mother-in-law was so nice. It was actually really fun living with her. She'll be moving to the care home from next month, so I want us to make a lot of memories together while she's still here. And I know we'll stay in touch and to keep having a good relationship in the future too.